Hi everyone, I'm bedroom medicine and currently a correctional physician from Korea and an aspiring medical professional looking to build my career in the States. Today, I'm thrilled to share my journey on passing the USMLE Step 1, focusing on the resources that I used, why I chose them, and some personal tips that might help you navigate your own Step 1 prep. So let's dive in. First up, Boards and Beyonds. This was my go-to for a comprehensive review for Step 1 topics. It took me about 3 months to cover everything while balancing a full-time job. What I loved about Boards and Beyond were the simple slides, clear explanations, and the diagrams. Not to mention, the questions after each video were very good. It's a fantastic resource to get a solid grasp of exam's content. Um, Although some topics like biochemistry could be a little heavy, but still it was very useful for me personally because I had a weak foundation on biochem. Moving on to Ambus, my primary question bank was Ambus. I know UWorld is the popular choice, but I decided to go for Ambus for a few reasons. It's more affordable, comes with an incredibly useful library, and actually, to be honest, I actually prefer not doing second passes on question banks, so I was actually initially planning to finish Ambos and then jump to UWorld instead of going through UWorld twice, like many other med students do. But due to the time constraints, I only managed to complete 20% of UWorld, making Ambos as my primary question bank as a result. So personally, although the personally starting with Ambus made UWorld questions feel relatively easier for me when I finally got to them. And if you're worried that Ambus alone wouldn't be enough for the Step 1 prep, I think it is enough, and I think it is actually more than enough. So I wouldn't worry about too much. I wouldn't worry about that too much. So alongside Ambus, I used First Aid for its neatly organized tables and mnemonics, especially when I needed a quick refresher or when I felt weak in certain areas. It's a great summarization tool, although I didn't go through the entire book. But I do not recommend reading the book when you're starting your prepping, like reading from A to Z. It did not work for me personally, so I recommend you going with another resources like Boards and Beyonds to get a solid grasp on the content first, and then going to the QBank with the First Aid. And the next is UWorld. Although I completed 20% of UWorld, its clear explanations and high quality questions are undeniable. I used it in random mode to stimulate the actual exam conditions after I finished Ambus, and it was great. So yeah, it is the gold standard. But yeah, I ended up not using it because of the time constraint. And Pathoma was another great resource, particularly when the first few chapters on the basics of pathology. It provided a strong foundation that was crucial, not just for my prep, but also during the exam. And for microbiology, Sketchy Micro was a very good resource for me, alongside other resources, specifically for bacteria. It's a unique and efficient way to memorize high-yield facts using pictures and drawings, though it does take time to getting used to the way it delivers the message, but once you get used to it, it is a great resource. And lastly, Dirty Medicine. It's a YouTube channel. I used it for biochemistry videos and QBanks that were perfect for studying. I mainly watched it in my spare time or when I was on the bus or the subways. So to wrap up, if you're like me and worried about whether resources like Ambos would be sufficient, don't be. It was more than enough for my Step 1 prep, and each of these resources played a crucial role in my journey. So I hope sharing my experience helps you find the right mix for yours, and thank you for watching. If you do have any questions or your own tips to share, drop a comment below. Best of luck with your Step 1 preparation, and see you in the next video. Have a good day, guys.